Namaste, this is Monica and I welcome you to today's Yin Yoga practice. Today we are going to work on small little joints in the beginning of the practice and then focus more on the hip joints towards the end of the practice and get into a bit of relaxation. As you know that in this practice we hold into our poses for long, so there are certain things that we have to keep in our mind to keep our practice more accessible, bearable, and so that you can also enjoy your practice. So keep some props around you, some cushions, some maybe belt. We'll do some shoulder opening, so having a belt or the scarf will be great. You can also have the bolster. Apart from that, we also find the edge when we get into our poses. We make sure that we find that comfortable point for ourselves wherein we can hold into our poses for that long, being still in our poses. So we don't really make many unnecessary movements. We also try and remain still, get into a meditative state, really try and understand ourselves, understand our body. That's the only thing that we have to do when we are holding into our poses for that long, right? And of course, the third point is that we remain in a pose for the time that we have decided. Of course, at any point, if you feel that you can't take a pose anymore and it gets very, very uncomfortable, listen to your body, step out of your pose and get into any other pose that is comfortable for you and be still there. So with that, let's meet on the mat and let's practice this together. First, for the breath awareness, we are either going to sit in Virasana, also known as saddle pose, or you can sit simply in a cross-legged position. You can also grab a cushion to sit over. If you want to sit in Virasana, you can keep your knees hip distance apart, keeping your shin away in line with your knees, the back of your foot resting, and slowly take your hips down. In between your heels, if you want, you can slide a cushion under your hips. Maybe some of you may not be able to reach your hips to the ground, so this would be good. If you feel your thighs are stretching too much, your ankles are stretching too much, and it may get uncomfortable with time, you can place a folded towel or napkin under your ankles or in between your knees. So that is also one option, or you may want to place a cushion or give some height to your knees if this feels uncomfortable. In this pose, you will be working on your quads, you'll be working on your ankle stretch and of course your hips. So let us begin in saddle pose or sitting in a cross-legged position. You can place your palms over your thighs and gently close your eyes. Allow your body weight to settle down. Notice if your neck is aligned with your spine. If not, it's making that adjustment in the body, aligning your neck with your spine and your hips. Notice if you're able to relax your shoulders and if you're able to let go of your weight on the ground. Taking your awareness to your breath and notice the natural rhythm of your breath here. Centering and grounding in your being. Keeping every other thought outside this practice if possible. You don't have to force yourself. By focusing your awareness on your breath, or by focusing on any other object, maybe sounds around you, the air touching your body, but anything that belongs to this moment right now, you can let go of everything that does not belong to this moment. So focus, find the hook, And as you bring yourself in this moment here, join your palms together to the heart center. We'll be chanting 1 Om Tri Shantis with setting and intention to continue the whole practice with mindfulness. Breathe in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. As you exhale, you can open your eyes. So we'll be moving into poses which are going to be very opening poses for your joints, specifically the small little movements. So you can continue to sit in this position itself into saddle pose or into your cross-legged position. We are going to work a bit on our neck first. So take your right ear to your right shoulder, and you can continue like this, or take your right palm, place it over your left ear, and make sure that this, you're not actively pressing this palm down, or you're not actively pressing the head down. You're just placing the palm on the left ear, and let the gravity work, and feel the neck stretch in the left side of your neck, the extension in the left side of your neck. So if there is any tension, there is any spasm, with time, as we are holding, we are trying to release that tension and stiffness. So today we are going to focus on joints, small little joints, as part of our practice. And while we are moving into the stillness, you can continue to focus on your breath. And no matter how much your mind tells you to move, maybe you want to itch somewhere, you want to fiddle with your fingers, allow your mind, allow yourself to just watch those temptations to move, and remain in your stillness as long as you're comfortable in your pose. If you are not comfortable, then you can move and change your position, adjust yourself. Relax your right shoulder, relax your whole body. Keep finding your body weight equally distributed on both of your sit bones. And you're sitting at the midpoint of your sit bone. Your lower back is not rolling back. And slowly, as you exhale, bring your neck back in the center. Let's change the side, left ear to the left shoulder, left palm over your right ear. You can do this without the palm also. You can just simply keep the neck bent on the left. Some of you may want to use Ujjayi breath by contracting the back of your throat muscles, as if you're fogging a glass using your throat muscles, just making that sound as you exhale with your mouth closed using just your nostrils. That can really calm your mind down. Also, the subtle sound of the breath, the Ujjayi breath, can help you focus more in case if your mind is just wandering everywhere else. And notice how slowly your neck is just releasing the tension without you really pushing for it. Slowly bringing your neck back in the center and bring your chin to your chest. Now you can simply stay like this, or you can interlace your fingers and place your palms again on the top of the back of your head and allow your elbows to really fall down as if they're just falling down towards the ground with the gravity's pull. You're not actively pushing, you're allowing the gravity to work here. And feel the extension in the back of your neck. And slowly releasing your neck, bring your neck back in the center. We're going to work on our wrist the next. I'm changing the leg position to the cross leg position. If you want, you can change. If you're still sitting in saddle pose, if you want to continue in saddle pose, feel free to do that. You can stretch your arms in front of you, fingers pointing outward, and then point your fingers down and place the back of the palm on the mat in front of you. You're not again pushing it hard towards the ground. You're simply just little bit of pressure out there, and you can feel little bit of pressure in your wrist. We'll hold here for a minute. Just a gentle pressure on your wrist. If you want, you can place a cushion under your palms. Your torso tilting forward. Choose the position for your neck. If you want, you can just move your neck a little bit clockwise and anti-clockwise. After this long holding, you may want to feel like doing any kind of movement in your neck. And slowly release your arms. Stretch your arms in front of you and then turn your palms up towards the ceiling, fingers pointing down towards the mat and the front of your palm on the cushion or on your mat. More you walk your palms forward, more you feel the stretch in your wrist, but choose the edge. It's important that you find your edge. Relax your shoulders wherever you are. And if you want, you can relax your head, allow your head to drop down. Choose the position for your head as it feels comfortable for you. You can release your wrist slowly. If you want, make a fist, stretching your arms forward and start to rotate your wrist, just releasing whatever tension is left after the pose. And we are going to move into Gomukhasana, also known as cow face, shoelace pose. In Yin Yoga, it is called shoelace pose. But I would leave the choice to you. You can either sit in square position, double pigeon, your left shin facing the longer edge of your mat and parallel to the longer edge of your mat, right shin over the left one. Alternatively, you can cross your legs over, bringing and drawing your feet right outside your hips, keeping your knee one on top of the other. So if your right knee is up, you can place a cushion under between your knees in case if you feel the knee is too up for you and it is not reaching the ground. For the shoulder opening, in this pose we'll also do the shoulder opening. We can use the belt to make it more comfortable for us. So you can stretch your right arm up. You can throw the belt down by bending your elbow and holding the belt with your right palm. Take your left palm down from the bottom and walk your palm up the belt. Some of you may be able to do it without the belt by catching hold of your palms with each other. So it would look like something like this. You're still opening the chest here. And if you can't catch your palms with each other, then just using the belt here. Now for the torso, you can use a bolster or cushions. You can just simply rest your head over the bolster and keeping it vertical and allow your spine to round, relax your head over there. Some of you may not need the prop or may not have the prop, and that's okay. You can simply start to fold over forward. That way you're working on your right hip as well, and allow your head to drop down. So choose your variation, choose how it works for you. I really like to keep the bolster on my lap sometimes, and that's what I'm going to do. Just resting my chest over the bolster and little bit forward fold here. We're going to hold here for about 2 to 3 minutes. So finding your edge is important to hold into our poses for the time that we have already decided for ourselves. So make sure you're finding the right edge for yourself and you're not pushing from the beginning. Surrender your torso, surrender your head, and allow yourself to relax in whatever way you can. One more minute here. Continue to connect with your breath. And surrender your thoughts, surrender how you're feeling right now. Surrender everything to this practice and just stay in watchfulness of how exactly you're feeling in your poses. And how you're handling those feelings of discomfort or comfort, whatever you're feeling in the moment. And release the tension from the body, release the tension from the mind. Release all kind of feelings, the feelings that are not serving you well. Release them all. And slowly coming back to the center. Release your arms. We are going to change the side. Changing the legs over. If you are sitting in double pigeon, also you can change the legs over. Use the belt if you have to. If your left thigh is up, this time the right arm will go up and left arm will go up and the right palm will go down. And relax. Notice you're clenching your jaw. If you're shrugging your shoulders, release that. It's just a sign of resistance that you might be resisting what is happening in the body right now. Allow all the energy to flow through you. Lighten yourself up. In full acceptance of how we are feeling right now. Maybe our shoulders are paining in this moment, but we have decided this for ourselves. And if we stay in our edge, we should be okay. And slowly coming back in the center, release. Stretch your arms in the T shape. Place your fingers over the shoulders and start to rotate your shoulders, releasing the arms here, releasing the shoulders. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. Release. Now you can swing your knees back, both of the knees back, sitting in Vajrasana. A little bit more work on your wrist and the shoulders here. Now again in Vajrasana, because you're going to sit for a long time, if you want to support your ankles with a cushion, you can. Otherwise, allow your ankles also to work here. And you can also slide a cushion under your hips if your hips don't reach the heels. Now we are going to place our palms behind us, fingers pointing to your hips, and open the chest. Allow your head to drop back. And we're going to stay here for about 2 minutes. In between, if you feel the neck is getting too uncomfortable, then you can again roll your neck in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction and adjust yourself accordingly. Feel the opening in the chest, feel the shoulders opening here. And you can notice, like maybe you want to walk your palms a little bit more back or more closer. See wherever you're feeling more comfortable. Slowly bring your neck back in the center. If you want, walk your palms back towards you. Allow your neck to really roll clockwise and anti-clockwise. Release the tension from your neck. And next we are going to move into the puppy pose, which can be challenging since we are going to hold for longer. And puppy pose is not very easy pose to hold for that long. However, I would say find your edge. You can also support yourself with cushion under your chest. So for puppy pose, you can bring both of your hips in line with, come over your fours. Bring your knees a bit together, not too far, maybe hip distance apart. The back of your foot may be resting, or some of you may want to tuck your toes, which is fine. Walk your palms forward and start to sink your chest down while you still keeping your hips in one line with your knees. Now when you're sinking the chest down, some of you may want to rest your chin on the mat or forehead on the mat, or you may want to support your chest with a cushion. Feel free to do that. So wherever you feel that you need support, allow yourself. If you want to place a cushion under your head, feel free to do that as well. We are going to hold here for about, let's try for 3 minutes and see how it goes. Feel free to adjust yourself. Feel free to move out of your pose. You don't have to push yourself if it is getting too uncomfortable. Find that steep in your spine. I'm also using my palms to send the floor away, which is giving me some stability here. I need to allow my torso to surrender. So let your torso surrender completely. You can press your palms to start to lift your torso up. Walk your palms back. And we're going to sit in the caterpillar pose just to work a bit on our hips here and the hip joint. If you want, you can sit over a cushion if that feels more comfortable. Grab a bolster for you to relax your torso on, or maybe relaxing your forehead on, or you can have a pile of pillows or bolster on top of your thighs to really relax yourself. So let us move, keeping your legs nice straight, toes pointing up. You can simply walk your palms forward and allow your torso to sink down and relax. Relax the shoulders, or you can place your forearms on the bolster, hug the bolster, resting your torso on the bolster, whichever feels more comfortable for you right now. About 5 minutes here. Just you should be getting some sensations in your hamstrings, in your lower back, and in your hips, pelvic bone. And see if you're able to surrender fully. Again, sweep your awareness throughout the body and see if you're holding any tension. Check your jaw, check your shoulders, check your hips, hamstrings, and release, surrender, relax. And again, slowly release. Bring your torso back in the center. Release your bolster. And we are going to lie down on our back from here. We're going to move into sleeping pigeon pose, again working on the hip joints here. Keeping your knees bent, you can place your right ankle over the left thigh or left ankle, whichever one you want to do first. Lift your left foot off the floor, hug your shin if you want. If your arms don't feel relaxed while you're hugging your shin, wrap the belt around your shin, pull the belt towards your chest and rest your upper arms over the mat, pushing the knee towards your chest and feeling this nice opening in the outer right hip. Now, for some of you, you may need a rest under your left leg, left foot. Then you can have a pile of pillows or cushion or the bolster, and you can place the left foot on the bolster. You can keep it upright as well if you want to keep it all the way up, something like that. Depending on where your leg is. So if this feels more okay for you, you can do this. Choose your pose and let it stay here for some time. Relaxing your lower back, also beautiful pose for your lower back release, for sciatica. And we're going to move into a twist from here. So either you can cross your legs fully. So slide this right foot little bit more in and then drop both of your knees onto your left side. Alternatively, in keeping your leg in the same position itself, in the pigeon pose itself, you can drop both of your knees on the ground. Maybe place a cushion under your right knee if it doesn't reach the ground, and placing a left palm on your right thigh, looking at your right palm. And slowly coming back to the center, we are going to move into the pigeon pose. On the other side, sleeping pigeon pose, the left ankle right above your right knee, and hug your shin or hug your under thigh, pressing that right knee towards your chest. And 3 minutes here. And slowly you can start to drop your right knee, release your arms and start to drop your right knee on the ground. Place a cushion if need be. Your left knee is also going towards the ground. Sliding your knees a little bit outside if you want, or a little bit downwards if you want. Right palm over the left thigh, looking at your left palm. And slowly you can bring your knees back in the center, lie down on your back or into Shavasana. If you want, you can place a bolster under your knees or just legs straight down, legs away from each other, arms away, touching your torso. Away from your torso. Tuck your chin slightly in. If you want, you can also place a cushion under your head if you feel that. And let us relax completely. Take this moment to let go whatever tension, whatever body sensation, any other feelings, emotions that might have come up during the session and they are still here lingering. Allow them to release from your body and from your mind. And if they still choose to be here in your mind or in the body, fine. Let's just accept them and watch through them. Let us take our resistance away from them. Let's get into total surrender. Surrender everything to the life out there, universe out there, whatever you believe in, God, anything that you believe is superpower, any other power which is beyond you. Just surrender everything to this cosmos. And you can continue to relax for a longer time if you wish. If you want to come out, connect back with your body, connect with your toes, your fingers, moving them gently and slowly. You can move your head from one side to the other, bring your feet together, stretch your arms up, stretch your whole body. As you exhale, release, bend your knees, roll over to your right. Take a moment here on the side, and whenever you feel ready, you can come up into your sitting posture. Let's take a moment to absorb this practice here. And join your palms to the heart center. Let us fill ourselves with gratitude for everything that we have received so far that we might have failed to notice or acknowledge. For this life, for this practice. And we'll be chanting one Om Ti Shantis to seal this practice for today. Breathe in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you for joining me in, and I hope you're feeling refreshed and rejuvenated after this practice. I would love to hear your experience or any feedback or anything that you have to say in the comments section. And hope to see you soon again in some other practice. Until then, bye bye.